Fort Benning is about to acknowledge history and a tragedy long forgotten. Tomorrow, dignitaries will gather there to honor the victim of the only known lynching on a U.S. military installation.
It happened 80 years ago, and Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis says the faces of everyone involved, the innocent and the guilty, have all faded into the darkness now.
Despite the saying, justice is rarely swift. Sometimes it can take decades. And that's just to acknowledge justice never really had a chance anyway.
Horrific. It's inhumane. And it's a very difficult to even talk about. To look at the images, they're very disturbing.
80 years ago, the U.S. Army was still segregated. Black soldiers housed and fed in the so-called colored section of Fort Benning. Thousands of volunteers were pouring in for training in early 1941. Pearl Harbor still months away. One of those black soldiers, 19-year-old Private Felix Hall, was assigned to work at the post's sawmill. On February 12, 1941, he knocked off work and told his buddies he was heading over to the PX, about a mile and a half away. The old colored post exchange building is still standing, but Private Hall never made it. 6 weeks later, a platoon of engineers training in the woods came upon Hall's decomposing body tied to a sapling somewhere in this ravine. A rope tied around his neck, his feet bound with baling wire, his hands also tied. According to the FBI investigation, a pile of dirt under Hall's body indicated he tried to unsuccessfully dig out the side of the ravine with his feet so he might have something to stand on. There are no surviving photographs of Felix Hall when he was alive, only the ones showing how he died. The Washington Post ran these when it first reported on the long-forgotten lynching in 2016. James Fenderson is 85. He's Hall's cousin.
Now, the people that did that, I feel real sorry for them because of this. You can take something you can't give back. That's the worst thing in the world.
So who murdered Felix Hall? The Fox 5 I-Team obtained the FBI case file. Agents decided it had to be at least two people. They focused on a pair of white sergeants who lived along the route Hall would have taken to get to the post exchange. They even matched the rope used in the lynching to some found in the suspect's home. But the rope was commonly used all over Fort Benning. One of the sergeants denied his involvement. The other had already been shipped out. The case was ultimately closed. No one ever arrested for what would be the only lynching on a U.S. military installation.
Some white people did this to Felix, were jealous of him. They didn't like him for some reason.
Hall's murder at the time generated a tremendous amount of coverage in black-owned newspapers. His FBI file includes transcribed letters written by people urging the lynching not be passed over and forgotten. But a paranoid FBI chalked up much of that response to communists who had interested themselves in this case. It would take 80 years for the military to finally acknowledge the crime, to finally start seeing Private Hall.
It was done in the dark, but it's finally come to the light.
We're talking 80 years.
Yes.
Why now?
We just weren't aware.
Not until Congressman Sanford Bishop read the Washington Post story from 6 years ago and asked the Army to correct the record, to tell the truth. Something unforgivable happened here.
But what we don't want to do is bury that and kind of turn away from the things that we've done. Quite frankly, it's the right thing to do.
Hall grew up in Millbrook, Alabama, about 2 hours from Fort Benning. Few people there remember him or even know his reluctant place in history. But just down the road in Montgomery, his name is inscribed in the Memorial for Peace and Justice, along with the other 4,400 lynching victims in the United States. This week, a new marker will remember what happened, this time, where it happened. At Fort Benning, Randy Travis, Fox 5 News.